Hi friends. If you click to check out the new Charlotte Tilbury highlighter in Superstar Glow for holiday 2020, then please keep on watching. Hi, I'm Alicia. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on my video. And if you are returning, well, thank you for visiting me again. Kinkysweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves things all movement and beauty. If you want to check out what I do in between the makeup, so you can head over to my Instagram. Timestamps will be down below, and because I am just cracking into this highlighter today, this video will be your first impressions. Just wanted to let you know. Charlotte is giving us a mega boom gigantic highlighter. This was a limited release for Sephora Rouge members, and it will eventually be available again through all other retailers that usually carry Charlotte Tilbury products. From what I have seen so far with Bejewelled Eyes to Hypnotize, the design concept for this year has just been exquisite, and this highlighter followed suit with the packaging. The box design is the same as the Bejeweled box. I'm keeping them both. No surprise there. These holographic burst designs are simply gorgeous, and there's a sheen to the box too. One of you had said that the color of the packaging really lends this vintage feel to it. It just is so like Now I already saw the compact, but we're gonna see it right now. Look at this huge highlighter compact. As you see, it's all silver, and it is the same exact size and design as the airbrush bronzer. I have to say though, the holiday compact is not as mirrored as the bronzer compact. This is a little more muted, but it's still a beautiful color. The silver, I think, is perfect for holiday, and you still have the Charlotte Tilbury logo in the typical rose gold hue that comes with a lot of her other compacts. But this pan, friends, oh my gosh, look at this beautiful powder. The embossing very much takes on the same design as the lid, and the pan frame is the typical Charlotte Tilbury mirrored design. On the back you have the rest of the product details, and the hole here indicates that this pan is magnetic. Now, going into product details while we're here, this highlighter is limited edition and it does retail for $55. I wanted to mention the limited edition because even though this indicates that you could reuse this compact, technically if you wanted, the bronzer pans are the same size, and you could swap bronzer and highlighter as you wish. If you wanted to put the highlighter in the bronzer compact and the bronzer in the holiday compact, you do whatever you want. It alludes to the fact that Charlotte will be releasing more of these sized pans, and if this compact is indeed limited edition and she decides to release other pans of this size, well, you could just keep using this compact with whatever makeup comes out. Once again, the price is $55, but the weight, friends, is 0.4 ounces or 11.5 grams of product. That's a lot of product. But for Charlotte though, it's a lot. We're looking at a suggested shelf life of 30 months, and this product is of course made in Italy. This highlighter is formulated for face and body. That's why I got the off shoulder on today, friends. You know, to see how it looks on the collarbones and the shoulders. Some performance callouts: light as air texture, finely milled, light reflecting pigments that scatter light and blur appearance of pores. We like that. I also wanted to mention that Lori over at It's Lori's Life, hi Lori, she also reviewed this highlighter. She, I believe, is a Charlotte Tilbury either 14 or 15. She's Pat McGrath Deep 31, so she has a deep complexion, but this highlighter looks stunning on her. So if you are around Lori's foundation shade, I'll link her video down below so you could take a look. But she also applied foundation on one side of her face and left the other side bare, just to kind of check out how the highlighter plays on makeup and on bare skin. I think that's a great idea, so I'm gonna follow her lead, friends. We're gonna do that here as well. That's why you gotta see all the blemishes. Buildable, easy to blend powder formula for the ultimate Swatch focused super luminous glow. Can be applied wet or dry. Some ingredient callouts: pearlescent pigments, lightweight oils, and squalene, film forming polymers. Although squalene is not listed in the first 5, I believe its role positively contributes to the texture of the powder, how it lays on the skin, how it blends, more so than providing any significant skincare benefits. It's time to swatch this baby. Ooh, I don't want to ruin it, but here we go. Oh, superstar glow. Let's take a look. Wow. The texture is just how it's explained, smooth, just beautifully soft and silky on the skin. I have several brushes on hand. I have the sponge. We'll apply it wet and dry. Based on the product description though, and also seeing Lori's review, this is meant, I believe, to be a little more low-key. It's meant to provide that lit from within glow that it's for some and not for others. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's supposed to blur pores and look like skin and have that luminous effect, that's not going to give texture. Very distinct from other highlighters that I have encountered that are very high shine, very high metallic. If you're not careful, could leave a streak on your cheekbone that just looks obvious, you know? It looks a little artificial. I feel this is meant to look like your skin, but it's gonna boost that radiance and luminosity and make your skin appear that you're walking around with some soft light and a filter on it, which is what I'm all about, okay? So with that said, why don't you come in a little closer? That's enough. Again, here is the swatch. I just blended it out. It definitely takes on like a very rose gold champagne-y hue to it. So I figured, why don't we see first how it goes on bare skin, then we'll apply a little foundation, concealer, cause the bags today, friend, the bags. We'll also apply it with a wet sponge. Maybe I'll do that on bare skin as well. Oh my gosh, I have so many different highlighter brushes to try. I want to do them all. Let's try a squirrel hair brush, which doesn't pick up as much product as a goat hair brush does. This is my Chikuhodo Z-8, and why don't we go for it? I'm gonna just place, you know, it really just speaks for itself. I don't know, I mean, I am sitting in front of my window, but the reflectivity is outstanding. I also have my overhead light on, and that might be helping like that light reflecting bounce effect that's happening on the skin. And you can see here, I wouldn't say it's super skin blurring, maybe not as pore blurring as the description implies, because I have a hairy face, okay? So I feel no matter what product I use, unless I put foundation on top, you're gonna see my pores, which I'm cool with, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm over here though, I'm not gonna be talking to you like this. I mean, we're not supposed to be doing that anyway. If I'm here though, you just see this, you'd be like, excuse me. I know. Let's switch over to the other side and pick up this beautiful highlighter with my BK Beauty sponge. And maybe the moisture will help press the powder better into the skin. Yes. If you do not want to wear makeup, or maybe you're wearing a tinted moisturizer and you want the powder to lay down a little more smoother than a brush, I truly feel my pore texture is not as obvious on this side as it is here on this side. Granted, I might have applied too much and maybe I just need a spritz to kind of zhuzh the powders into the skin, but man, with the sponge, and you don't need a lot, ooh, that is absolutely gorgeous. I'm already impressed, friends. What can I say? Revisiting the product claims of the highlighter, I do feel it's consistent, but also remember that super luminous doesn't necessarily mean dazzling. And I think depending on what type of highlighter person you are will determine if this one is for you or not. We all know the beam-rific highlighters that set off signals all the way to Jupiter, okay? But there are some highlighters that just make it to Mars. And that's okay. It all depends on what planet you want to send signals to. But if soft focus, lit from within, just subdued and sophisticated aligns with your beauty aesthetic, then this one is going to be for you. I have a highlighter in my hand, excuse me. I'm going to take my face halo and carefully, gently wipe this off. Definitely going in with my Suku. I do prefer my Suku foundation over the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. I think it's the flawless, try that again, finish foundation. She also has her Wonder Glow, which maybe is more suitable for me. The main reason is that the Airbrush Flawless Foundation fortunately has fragrance and the Suku does not. And I feel that just is a little better for me, you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, I haven't applied foundation with the sponge in forever. Tapping on some Giorgio Armani Power Fabric in number 6. Let's lightly set under the eyes, but not necessarily on the cheekbones. No other with the Airbrush Flawless Airbrush Flawless Finish in number 2. Taking my Wayne Goss medium brush, and I really appreciate the tip of the brush because it gets it right where I need it and it doesn't travel onto the cheekbone being area. You know, I don't want to sabotage this demo, but just a little bit. I'd also bring it down here around the nose, just kind of whisk it around on the center of the forehead. You know, on the smile lines. Smile lines gotta go. They gotta go. Ooh, how shall we proceed? Well, I do want to see this highlighter just on the concealer and foundation, and then on this side we'll apply some Hollywood Flawless filter. Going on my Sonia G Sculpt Two. Gonna get some product there and tap on. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm gonna apply a little bit above the brow. This is gorgeous, and I'm just building up on it, and I find that you can successfully layer this highlighter without it looking like too much, okay? If you want it to appear more concentrated, then go in with a much smaller brush. This is a goat hair brush. That was also goat hair but dyed, and the smaller fan is going to apply right where you want, a little more beam. Also, I think this is an ideal size fan brush for the brow bone. Frenz, I mean, this is crazy. Wow. Charlotte has snapped again. I love the Bejewelled eyeshadow palette. This is extraordinary. I can't take it. I can't even imagine on this. Ugh, friends, brace yourself. We are going in with number 3 light medium. You can apply this before your concealer and foundation. A lot of people do. I myself sometimes apply this under, just so you could further enhance that. I don't want to say dewy because it's not a dewy texture. It's more like glass skin type of luminosity. But by applying this under your foundation, it presents that effect without the greasiness or feeling like the makeup is heavy on the skin. You could tap with your finger or you could use a sponge. This product has just been one of my standout favorites for a very long time. I applied maybe a little too much down low. Ooh, are you ready? What brush are we gonna use? I kind of want to go in with the sponge again because I feel since we're layering products, I think that the moisture from the sponge is just gonna help with that blend. Whew, I'm not ready. Let's go. This is too much. This texture, and I forgot to mention this during the product detail portion of this video, despite the fact that I have my notes right in front of me. This is a new formula. Friends, if she decides to continue with this formula, if she releases more shades, Charlotte and the team, if you ever watch this video, we need more highlighter shades in this formula. This is just, oh my gosh. Now, even though we applied it on the Hollywood Flawless filter, you see the texture is really smooth. I mean, you could barely see my skin because the reflectivity is present. Comparison to just a powder application, I still feel you could kind of detect my pores, and again, that's just my skin. You definitely will get a smoother finish if you apply with your damp sponge. Maybe you have another liquid highlighter or cream highlighter that you love to use. You'll be very successful in applying this highlighter on any of those products. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If we wanted a little more, let's apply now. This is my Surratt large smoky brush, taking some Superstar and just right on the middle, right there. Ooh, all over the place. Just put it all over. Put all over. I can't stand it. This is just exquisite. Let me set the rest of my face because I have to go in with the walk of shame. That blush is just crazy. You know what? Let me take the opportunity to quickly apply it with the Pillow Talk Intense. I failed to do a comparison swatch in my Bejeweled Walk of Shame, Walk of No Shame video, so I wanted just to quickly show you the differences. So let's go in with Pillow Talk Intense actually, and I believe the Pillow Talk Intense is more matte. The blusher part is more matte, and then of course the pop is like that satin shimmer. Go on my Sonia G Soft Cheek. I'm gonna tap off and go in a little higher because this has really beautiful color to it. So I use this shade more so to kind of blush sculpt, if you will. So that is the Pillow Talk Intense. And you see the color, if you're around my foundation shade, gives a little more punch. You might have to be a little conservative with your application depending on the intensity you wish to achieve. Now going in Walk of No Shame, same area. So you see you're not getting the same amount of depth from the first application. Walk of No Shame is beautifully buildable and you can use a slightly heavier hand with it. And because it has more of that satin finish versus the Pillow Talk Intense, is going to definitely contribute to that overall glow on the cheeks. So if you want more of a matte finish, definitely go with Pillow Talk Intense. If you want that glow all over cheek, hollows of the cheeks, and a little bit on the cheekbone from Walk of No Shame, then definitely go with Walk with No Shame. I'm gonna just buff everything down. So you see how the texture of Walk of No Shame melted with the Superstar Glow highlighter and the Pillow Talk Intense. You don't see that sheen the same in the hollows, but again, it all depends on how you want to do it. Let's quickly Pillow Talk Intense on this side with my Sonia G Z-8 Pro. I'm just whipping it all over, you know what I'm saying? And Walk of No Shame with the same brush on this eye. Blush on the lids, I feel, is a great way to go. And if you're not really into eyeshadow, but you want a little something, little something there, then this is a great technique. Of course, taking some Superstar on both lids, and ooh, what a beautiful glow. If you don't like high shimmer metallic textures and you just need a little something on the lids to bring them forward so they don't look flat, but this one is for you, baby. Tapping that on the inner corner as well to give a little, you know, light and shine. Excuse me while I fix this brow, sorry. It's a little mascara. This is the Hourglass Unlocked, the one I rely on when I don't want crazy plush lashes. If I want to go there, I'll use Pat's Dark Star. Eventually, I would love to try the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk mascara. Right now, I'm just chilling, because, you know, I gotta finish these mascaras first. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think Hepburn Honey is now called Yes Honey. Let me know down below. I was trying to link this product in my other video and I could not find Hepburn Honey anywhere. But judging from the title still having honey in it, maybe they just changed the name. Going in with Mama Pat Structure, and here is the finished look, applying the highlighter wet and dry with sponge, with different brushes. This is just, I am overly impressed with this first impressions. I thought we would take this time to compare this highlighter to the one from last year's. Forgive my compact, my Magic Star highlighter has been through a little bit. This is the Magic Star highlighter, high pigment highlighter that released last year for holiday. This retails for $45, but you're getting 10 grams where you're getting 1.5 gram more for $10. I don't know. I just wanted to put the numbers out there. Here is how the highlighter looks like, and you see it's much more gold. It has that gelée texture, but this one also is just beautiful. Now I will say, I think this is more suitable for medium tan to deeper in terms of placing it on the cheekbone, because when I apply Magic highlighter on my cheekbone, you can see the beautiful reflectivity, but when I turn forward, you can kind of see a shadow here. So it's a little too deep for the cheekbone placement on me, but a little lower, it's gorgeous. Why not? Let's apply a little bit, but more so on the apples of the cheeks. But look how beautiful that is. So depending on your skin tone will determine where you place the Magic Star highlighter, but apparently you can see that the colors are vastly different. So this is more gold and this year's is a little more rosy champagne, but even so, I think this year's highlighter shade will still look beautiful on deeper skin tones. I don't know how it would appear on skin tones lighter than me in terms of it being on the cheekbone. I think it should be okay and it wouldn't be too dark, but let me know if you're fair light how this looks on the cheekbones. But I think it's absolutely gorgeous and very universal in terms of its tone. And just to show you this year's highlighter versus last, and you see you got a lot more depth of gold from Magic Star versus Superstar Glow. This is her Bar of Gold palette. It was limited, but just to see all the shades next to each other, they're very similar. I would say maybe the center one that has a little more pink kind of likens to this year's Superstar Glow. Gorgeous glowing beauty from last year, 2019. This is the face highlighter, which is more of like a true powder formula. This doesn't have as much shine, but I do love this from the face palette just for like a more subtle highlight. So it's not going to have the same effect as Superstar Glow, Bar of Gold, or even Magic Star, but I think it's more soft focus and subdued and has a place. Like I like to use that highlighter for photo shoots indoors, so when the light hits the cheekbone, it's not bouncing off outrageously and it looks like a streak. And here is Stone Rose Beauty. Let's check out the highlighter from this palette. Same texture from Gorgeous Glowing, but I think this one has a little more yellow to it. So here are all my Charlotte Tilbury highlighters that I have, either from single compacts or from face palettes. I think if you have the Bar of Gold trio, it reminds me of this shade. I do think the textures are different. So this is a new formula found in Superstar Glow. It has a little more creaminess to it, whereas the Bar of Gold textures, even the Magic Star texture, is like this gel to powder texture. I think tends to be a little lighter in nature, just how it's formulated. So if you really love this color from last year and you're like, this is like more my vibe, I love the gold hue, maybe you'll skip on this year's highlighter. But in terms of the formula, I think it is just beautiful, and the color itself I think will hit a wide spectrum of skin tones. You can build it up as you like. You could use sponge, you could use any type of brush, and the laydown is simply gorgeous. I just can't get over it. I'm gonna hit this side with the sponge just so it could like, whew, my goodness, it just really gets you. And look at Magic Star just making her appearance known. She's just like, I'm here too, okay, friend? Nothing like a good buff to bring it all together. All right, it's time. Taking Designer Pro and hitting these cheekbones, honey. I need a bigger brush. Who am I fooling? And you're like, Alicia, really? Really? Oh, there it is. There it is. Wow. This is so beautifully, I mean, it has such nice shine, but it doesn't look out of place. Like it just works with your skin tone and melts beautifully. Why not? I'm just gonna use a sponge too. Just put it on there. We're so shiny. Hey. I think we can safely conclude, despite this being a first impressions, that this highlighter hits hard. It's I was impressed with this application on bare skin, leaning more towards a sponge application versus a brush one. I still think both applications are beautiful, but I think it a little more smoother with the sponge application. Exquisite on top of makeup, and you saw how much we applied with the different brushes with a sponge. I definitely feel from this demo, I much prefer the application with a sponge. Generally though, I found that with a lot of powder highlighters, especially they're formulated to be used and applied with the sponge, because it just presses the product so beautifully into the skin and ensures that no texture will be left behind, that it will look smooth, that it will look, again, like your skin is doing that lit from within gig. And again, how versatile it is with how many tools you could apply it with, the application techniques, and the tone is very special. I think this is a beautiful shade highlighter that hits a wide spectrum of skin tones, and just like with me and Magic Star, although I can't wear it super high on the cheekbone, I could still wear it a little lower, so you could find that ideal application on your face for this tone highlighter, and it's gonna look spectacular. I am beyond impressed with this formula. I think Holiday for Char has been going great so far. Hey, rhymes. Can't wait to see what she comes out with next. So friends, let me know if you picked up Superstar Glow. Some of you had already picked up Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize. Really curious to see what else Charlotte comes out with, and I will love to see more highlighter shades with this formula. It is absolutely stunning, and I'm beyond impressed. I really love this highlighter. I think you will also enjoy it if you choose to buy it. Again, remember the product specifications. This is luminous, this is radiant, this is not so much about bing, 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 set the satellites off. If you're into that effect, I would still give this a shot. I know it's a little softer, it's not as in your face, but the texture I feel shouldn't be overlooked and should be given a chance. And to have that highlighter for days that you want to be chill, because if this is chill for you, then you'll have that makeup opportunity. But man, this is, it's exquisite. I love it. I love it. It will be in my September favorites, most definitely. So friends, again, let me know what else you have picked up from Charlotte so far, what you have your eye on. And until then, that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another review, tutorial, first impress, monthly favorites, or nightly life chit chat. Take care, and I will see you again soon.